If you're a bigger guy, you probably tried a holster that promised comfort, but failed the second you sat down. I'm 6'2" and 245 pounds today, but a year ago, I was 285 pounds with a chest, well over 50 inches. My waist might be currently 42, but I was as big as a 46 and I was pushing that one too. This isn't about vanity, it's about function. And these 5 Falco holsters have worked for me on both ends of the range, whether I'm growing or undergrowing. But here's the thing, they're built to fit everybody, no matter how big or small you may be. Let's talk about the A908, the inside waistband that I actually use. Let's get something straight, I usually avoid inside the waistband. And if you're carrying extra weight, most IWB holsters feel like, well, they come with a side of regret, topped with a touch of appendicitis. But the A908 is the exception. This hybrid rig comes with the best of both worlds. American Kydex up front and premium Italian leather on the back. It also comes canted or straight ride. That cant makes a huge difference in the draw angle and comfort. And the polymer grip hooks, they hold rock solid onto my belt, even when I sit. Now this holster is actually an updated version of the A116, which has been my go-to for my IWB for over 3 years with my P365. The A908's wide leather base helps contour without digging in. It actually distributes pressure instead of creating hot spots. Now this one's built for my Glock 43 and it's open at the muzzle, so it's got you covered if you're running a threaded barrel. And if you're running a red dot, you can get them red dot cut as well. Now the thing that I like about the A908 is that the clips are tuckable as well. So if you ever need to carry inside the waistband in dress clothes, you can conceal in comfort without worrying about your shirt dangling out. Now the C105 is my everyday outside the waistband holster. It's a classic pancake style holster that's got a slim profile, tight ride, and open at the top for a fast draw. The cool thing about the C105 is that it's made to order for over 3,000 handgun models. And you can customize nearly every detail, whether you want to run a sweat guard or no sweat guard, or a straight drop or forward cant. I went with the cant for a faster strong side draw and better concealment underneath my gun. And back when I was pushing a 46-inch waist, this holster didn't just fit, it kept me carrying. And now that I'm undergrowing, still my favorite. I have one that's cut for my Dawn P365 XL, and this one is built for a Glock 19, which holds my Dusk 19 like a glove. On my P365 holster, I've had it customized with my initials, and trust me, there's a lot you can do with personalization. Anything from leather color, stitching color, and even edge color. But mine's pretty straightforward with that classic leather holster feel. Function first, comfort always. The D109 is an excellent option for when I'm outdoors. It could be out in the forest, or working around the property, or if I'm going to spend long hours behind the wheel. Look, waistband carry doesn't always cut it, especially when I'm layered up, seated, or hauling gear. Chest carrying gives me fast access without getting buried underneath a jacket or digging into my waistband by way of my seatbelt buckle. This rig is made from premium Italian leather and includes a detachable cartridge card for an extra 6 rounds for my Dan Wesson 15. Even though I have a revolver, if you're running a semi-auto, instead of having individual cartridges, you'll have an extra mag holder. And don't forget, this is also open at the bottom, so if you got a threaded barrel, it's not a big deal. This rig uses full leather straps for strength and style, except for the midsection strap. That one's nylon, and it gives you a lot of comfort because it moves with you instead of cutting into your ribs, which is a big deal if you're wearing it all day long. And while it doesn't lock down to your chest like a plate carrier, it stays where it needs to be, even on the move. Now let's talk about the D633. It's the shoulder rig that actually works. If you're a big guy, most shoulder holster rigs, they either choke you out or ride up like a life jacket. But if you're in colder climates like here in Montana, jackets aren't just a fashion choice, they're daily gear for over 6 months of the year. And when you're layered up, shoulder carry becomes not just viable, it becomes preferable. And that's where the D633 shines. It's a vertical shoulder holster with Falco's roto holster design. This gives you a more natural and ergonomic draw, even if your shoulders are broad and your chest is barrel sized. This one's made for a Glock 19 and I'm running my Dusk 19 in it. Because of the double mag counterbalance, this balances out beautifully. So the weight of the shoulder holster doesn't snag or will shift even on a 50-inch chest. It's optics compatible, and while like all the holsters we're talking about today, it's open bottom. So if you got those smaller comps or threaded barrels, go ahead and run them. If you're barrel chested, wide shouldered, and well, you sit for long hours, or you're just tired of rigs that feel like they're made for skinny dudes, the D633 actually fits. There are times when waistband carry just doesn't work and shoulder or chest holsters are just out of the question. Maybe you're wearing gym shorts, walking through a tourist destination, or, well, driving for hours. It's where the G101 really earns its place. This isn't a range bag or tactical flex. It's clean, compact, and low profile. It also gives you the option to carry full-size firearms without ever touching your belt line. The rear compartment is where the pistol lives. It's accessible from both sides with a quick pull tab system and a Velcro mounted holster insert. It's also got room for your reload, flashlight, or your everyday gear. I even fit a mini drone and a controller inside of mine. When waistline carry isn't realistic, this keeps you armed, mobile, and low profile. Think of it as the modern day fanny pack. Look, holsters are made to fit guns, but Falco also makes them that fit you and your lifestyle. Every one of these were hand built to my measurements, waist, chest, and carry style. That's why they work. They weren't pulled from the bin, they were built for me. So if you're a fat guy, you don't need to suffer for concealment. You just need gear that fits. And if you're done settling for the almost, it's time to carry something that actually fits you and your lifestyle. Look, it's time to step up your game and carry like you want to.